Hi, welcome into this Blursoft review. I'm going to be showing you all there is to know about this lending program. Is it legit? Pros and cons, alternatives, and so much more. So you can finally power your business forward, building it, growing it, expanding it, and even getting out of a tight pinch. But before I get started, my name is Michael from Viral Funding Solutions, and I come out with videos just like this on alternative lending, all types of small business loans, credit repair, and so many more opportunities you can take advantage of online. So if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so and click the bell notification icon so you don't miss any future videos I come out with. Now let's get right into it. This is a merchant cash advance lending program, and it also has other small business solutions that I'm going to be going in depth. So make sure you stick with me until the very end. So they will help you get funding for your small business incredibly fast through one of the most known products out there called a merchant cash advance. And if you're unsure what that means, it's basically where it's not exactly a loan. It's where you are deducted a future percentage of your credit card receivables, even your debit receivables in some cases. So whatever profits you make, you're giving back to those lenders through your credit card receipts. And that's why it's much of a faster way to get funding deposited into your account as opposed to going the traditional route. Listen, if you've been denied from the banks time and time again, you can't reach deeper into your savings account, whether it's depleted or you just don't want to withdraw because you want to save it for a rainy day, a vacation, you have kids, college tuition. You can't turn to your friends and family for help anymore. Then you have alternative lending solutions, one of those being a merchant cash advance. So here it says, it's a type of funding that gives your business quick access to money based on your credit card sales. This financing solution is ideal for businesses that need funds, but do not have access to other conventional forms of credit. So how it really works, along with what I just mentioned, is you can be approved for even a lower credit score. We're talking about not even average, we're talking about bad to poor. And you have to meet a minimum monthly revenue requirements, depending on what program that is. But for the most part, it's usually less than what you would expect there to be in a traditional business loan, an unsecured business term loan online, if you've heard of those, that come with higher revenue requirements. And then they ask you for more taxes, and it's more extensive paperwork because it's trying to verify cash flow, the revenue, credit card sales, and so much more, as opposed to a merchant cash advance that just looks at those credit card receipts. And that's why they just ask for a few, like 3 months, 3 to 4, 6+ months of bank statements, depending on the circumstances that's prohibited. Now, that's just one of the many products that they give. So I'm going to go into them a little bit more deeply here, but that's what they do. They're a lending program like all these other ones you've probably come across. And they're able to provide you with solutions like a merchant cash advance and different types of business loans. So we're going to get into this right away. But before I do want to let you know there is a free 6-step pre-approval lending checklist you can pick up down below in the description box. This will save you a lot of time. It'll show you thoroughly, step by step, what to expect, how to be pre-approved. So when you walk into an application, you know with 110% confidence and certainty, you will be approved without wasting time. We're talking about days, months, weeks, even years of having to sift through this information, trying to figure it out all online, going to different people. You're unsure where the source is coming from. I've been doing this for a while now with my own small businesses and helping people like yourself and your business get the funding that it deservedly needs. So again, that'll be down below in the description, very valuable, and there's a lot of bonus content in there. So it talks a little bit about how can a business merchant cash advance help your business. And just so you know, these types of solutions come with the higher interest rates because when you turn to alternative lending in any type of a business loan cash advance, you have to expect it to have a higher interest. Yes, there are SBA loans, government funding available out there, but for the most part, people don't qualify for those, and it's very extensive, and you really have to understand, do you meet the right FICO, the right credit score, the right revenue, the right time in business, and all this tax paperwork and business checking account and different parts that all have to be bundled as one. And if you've applied for SBA EIDL funding, I made a video not too long ago how that has been closed as of December 31st, 2021. And if you're watching this thereafter and it's opened again, great. I'll leave some information of that down below in the description, but I made some content on the SBA EIDL. If you'd like to learn more about that in your alternatives, that'll be down below in the description. So I won't go into the whole paragraph here because you have a small rundown of what a merchant cash advance already can do. So let's go into the qualifications with Blursoft. So you need to have been in business for at least 4 months. And again, that is very minimal. And you'll see this across the board with just about all merchant cash advance companies. The time in business, it's very minimal. And if you're asking, how about startup funding? I don't even have a business running yet, but I want to get into a certain industry. How can I get that? So I'll leave information of that down below in the description for different types of videos and content on startup funding with no revenue, even no credit checks, no time in business. But just be aware that there's more scrutiny in that because you haven't proven yourself. And it isn't easy for a lender, especially nowadays because of COVID, to just give you money. Yeah, you can have a business plan and have all this in place, but not everybody will give you the funding. So there are alternatives out there like crowdfunding, looking for grant programs, some type of an SBA funding. There's a lot more options on the table, but that's again going to be down below. You must generate at least 10,000 in sales per month. So that's a little bit less than what it's kind of in the middle, but let's say you don't have enough where you're doing that 10,000 and you still want to be able to get in that space to get fast funding, even same day instant approval up to 25,000 same day. Okay. Now there's a program here. It's called Bank Breezy. And like I just said, you can get up to 25,000 same day instant approval. And this is with as little as 5,000 plus monthly bank revenue. So as opposed to Blursoft, where you have to be having 10,000 in sales per month, and it says here you must have credit score of 500 or above in FICO. Over here, we're just requesting 450 plus FICO credit score, and then just 6 months in business, which is a little bit more than the 4 months you'd get here with Blursoft. But what I want to say about the Bank Breezy program here is it doesn't operate like a traditional merchant cash advance. We don't take a future percentage of your credit card receivables. It is more of a hybrid. And that's why I love this program to get funding with, not because you just get funding the same day, but because you can also get more. Payment history will earn you more, receive funds time and time again. I would get repeat customers who come back, who love it, who enjoy it. And I'm going to be here every step of the way to help you with it. So add-on funds are available during that period that you get your funding and you need more. You get a personalized account manager to hold you by the hand so you don't have to feel like this lone wolf trying to go at it alone, trying to find out all this information. Plus, you're going to have me and my expertise alongside you. So this doesn't operate that way. It is generally 50% less expensive than a merchant cash advance, which is something you would get with like Blursoft and other traditional merchant cash advance program. This is again a hybrid, and why I prefer it a lot more. It's 50% less expensive. This isn't based on interest rates. We don't do interest rates. We do total paybacks, kind of like a factor rate, but we don't do that. There's no collateral involved and no hard credit checks as well. Just a soft pull that won't affect your credit score, and just some of these things that are very important to have in there. So it's very fast and streamlined. And if you needed more than 25,000, you can go with David Allen Capital's up to 2 million program. Again, no interest, no collateral, no hard credit checks. Very well worth it. It's one of my #1 recommended programs to go to. Very fast, within a day of approval, funds within 1 to 2 days, as much as a week, depending on your needs and your circumstances and what we look through with our team. So this is going to be very helpful, and I'll leave more information of these programs down below in the description so you can watch those separate videos, get into the application, see if you qualify. And at any point in time, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them down for me down below and I'll answer them right away. But once your application is approved, you receive the funds in just 24 hours. Unlike other agencies, join the thousands of businesses that have already skyrocketed thanks to Small Business MCA, and apply now. So you just fill on the online form or connect your bank account or contact us for support. Whether you need assistance, a funding specialist will review your application and quickly connect with you to discuss your needs and situation to find the most appropriate financing solution for you. Once your application is approved, we just went in that, receive funds in just 24 hours. That as opposed to the one I just showed you with the Bank Breezy, it is very streamlined. You just link your online banking information. It's very safe and secure, and you're going to be given an answer and even an adjustment to what you wanted to what you can get with the terms and rates. That information I won't reveal too much because that separate video will be down below. I want to keep focusing on Blursoft. And then ready to get financing, click there. And now let me go over here to the different solutions. With business loans, you have bad credits, business loans, short-term business loans, collateralized loans, cross-collateralized loans, equipment financing, business lines of credit, and urgent loans for bad credit. So let's go to the first one up here. So out of all of these, the fastest one will be the merchant cash advance. But again, I think somebody like David Allen Capital is a great solution to go to. Very popular with the bank Breezy program, and even up to 2 million you can get. So bad credit, small business loans right there. Secured loans for bad credit scored by Blursoft. FICO scores secured loans for bad credits. This 3-digit number is based on different criteria such as payment history, current level of indebtedness, types of credit used, length of credit score history, new credit account. So you can see some information here. Why should you consider applying for a secured loan for bad credit? So FICO score, credit score rates, you can see there. And then just applying for a secured loan, meaning, you'd have to put up some kind of collateral. It's more assets based, and have to think about it in those terms. But if you don't want to put any kind of collateral up, you want it to be unsecured, along with most of the times come a personal guarantee, which is very common. So, if you were to go into default, we want to make sure you're the one taking responsibility and it doesn't fall into the other hands and the lenders get their money back. So this is another option there, but the extensive process, the higher rates, you have to be very careful for. Not most people will qualify. And we're not just looking at, okay, if you have a higher credit score, great, then I can work with that. Yeah, short-term business loans in here. Give it a second to load. Going to go over the 3 benefits here, or the benefits of a short-term business loan. 24-hour turnaround, simple process, unsecured funds, funding that grows with your business. Step 1, apply for one. Step 2, you go through the process. You don't have to wait very long. Step 3, you can get funding. Qualifying for one. Blursoft offers short-term business loans for any qualifying company, including startups, small businesses, and established brands looking to expand without going through traditional financing options. The company must have 4 months of operation and a minimum monthly revenue of 10K. Lastly, a 500 or better credit score is required, as you're seeing with the merchant cash advance. So quote unquote startup, right? You probably run into these problems, the pain of coming through these programs and finding out, oh, well, they require some time in business, they require revenue. So I'll have options down below. If you are a startup, what if your business doesn't meet these requirements? We can try to offer you different solutions, as you can see here. For example, Blursoft offers a variety of financing options that might work better for your company. For example, if you're an entrepreneur with little overhead, non-credit check, Uber and entrepreneur loans are available to cover small purchases up to 1.5K in value at 0% interest. Now let's continue moving. But if you think you've seen enough, look for those videos down below for the cash advance, the hybrid that I highly recommend you give a look at. Collateralized loans speaks for itself what it is. We'll kind of blaze through all these. Which type of loans require collateral? You can see on the screen there, title loan, car loan, mortgage. And then the pros of a collateralized loan: bad credit, borrow more money, you get lower interest rates. What you should be careful for, how you should get one, and so forth, providing the right type of documentation. Cross-collateralized loans, equipment financing, let's go into that one right here. So just some things to answer. There's some question and answers there. You can go through and just learn a little bit about how the equipment financing side of the equation works from them and so forth. So one thing I do recommend though for equipment financing, I have other programs that have worked extremely well. I haven't done so much with Blursoft's equipment financing or have helped that many get in through here, but I do know that there are a lot of other ones out there that are, I would say, a lot more resonating, and ones that are very helpful too and have a lot more flexibility. So if you are in the equipment financing space and would like to learn how to get better equipment financing with different programs, I'll leave that information down below in the description, so view those alternatives for you. Now let's go over here to business lines of credit. You're not sure what these are? This is where, let's say you can get approved for 100,000. Now, you don't want to use that whole amount. Like in a cash advance, you have to get a lump sum and then use it all and pay it back in a shorter amount of time, as is a business line of credit with the time. But, or in some cases, you know, in other ones, it could be longer. But what happens is you can use that money for any type of a cash flow purpose. You have emergency funds, you have seasonal things going on, and you don't want to use the money now, but you know, in 2 months' time, you'll want to, and you already have that money on hand. And this is what it is for. And again, I'll have some alternatives for them. So quick access to funds, easy to set up and use, no collateral, increase the line as your business grows. How does it work? Qualifying for one, you must meet some specific requirements. The type of company doesn't matter as long as it's been in operation for 4 months before applying and meets the other sales conditions like a minimum monthly revenue of 10K per month. Additionally, business credit lines will be given to companies that are established and have a history of payments, meaning customers with good personal credit histories may also qualify for a business line of credit. Okay. So what if you're a startup, and there's a solution there that I've already talked about a little bit earlier, but for all business lines of credit, there are other alternatives. I'll link to down below in the description that give you much more, I believe, flexibility and assistance and more of a reputation online as well. So let's kind of go towards the end here. Urgent loans for bad credit. And there's just a page there that goes over how this would work. And I'll show you the application page in a moment. How do you apply for one? If your business needs fast cash, when connecting with the best lenders. Has made it quick and easy to apply for an urgent loan for bad credit. To do so, just need to go through the Blursoft, I always want to say Blursoft website and fill out a quick form online. It only takes a couple of minutes. Interest rates as low as 18%, and you can borrow anywhere between 5,000 to 200,000 for up to 2 years. So that's an option there as well. And then the MCA, I didn't go into this too in depth, but let's come back to the homepage and show you just how it's set up here. So there's also cash advance for contractors, startup business cash advances, cash advance for Uber drivers, bad credit business loans, short term, and I just went through the rest of them. But these operate similarly. I mean, let's go if we clicked on cash advance for contractors. For independent contractors, I mean, a merchant cash advance can just work for any type of an industry, as well as the one I showed you earlier. This one works for all industries are included, and I believe you get a better way of going through that. So how does it work? 5,000 to 200,000 for a 2-year period, but not everybody will qualify for that amount of time frame and the time that you have to have in business and all these little things that are put in place. So keep that on the back of your mind when you're going through these. But again, I would say somebody like Breezy is a great one to go to. So that is really going to conclude everything in this video. If you need any help, one thing that I wanted to mention, that some of the reviews on there, what are people saying? We just finished their program yesterday. After reading all the reviews, I can honestly say we did not experience any of this through the program. Yes, your credit score would drop, but we have been able to build ours back up. Just a few things. Fantastic service, very fast and flexible. Refinance, would recommend to anybody. Hey, this product is very flexible. It fits nicely with my seasonal business. Blursoft, best loan agency I've ever come across. But take that with a grain of salt. They were diligent and consistent and kept me informed about the whole process. But yeah, that'll conclude everything in this video. For all other content and every other thing that I've mentioned already in this one and that I haven't, look down below for those resources. Pick this free 6-step pre-approval lending checklist. It'll be very well worth your time. And for all other information you need help with, make sure, again, to refer down below in the description. And if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so and click that bell notification icon so you don't miss any future videos I come out with. All right, thank you.